Hello and welcome back to Telltales Game of Thrones.
From the day you arrived in Highgarden, I thought of you more as a friend than as my handmaiden. A dear friend, in fact.
Thank you, my lady.
Yeah,
And you
does
know
anybody
how
else
I feel
really
about
not trust
what's happened
Marjorie
to
at
your
all?
family. I feel your pain as if it were my own. What you've suffered is beyond imagining.
My family wrote me, my lady.
I don't doubt they must be overcome with grief. But you must not despair. We will get through this together. You must understand there are limits to what I can
Who's
say,
she?
especially here in King's Landing, now that I am to be queen. To have a handmaiden from the north whose family fought for Robb Stark.
Yeah, it is a bit
It
socially
raises
awkward.
questions at a time I can least afford. Cersei herself cornered me this morning outside the Royal Sept.
Two of the King's Guard.
She mentioned the northern girl in my service, and she painted you a traitor. She was very pleased with herself.
What does she intend to do?
She intends to make you miserable, knowing that will make me miserable as well.
Yeah, it sounds like Cersei. She is
She
a vindictive
demands
bitch.
an audience. She wants an apology of some sort. For what, I don't know, but she's waiting for us now, and I promised I would bring you to her. I wouldn't ask this of you if it were not important. I cannot afford any conflict with Cersei with the wedding so near.
What do I say?
Find a way to appease her. Humor her. Tell her what she wants to hear.
You don't have much
See
of a
if the
choice
King
with
Regent is ready to
Cersei. You tell her
receive
what she
us.
wants to hear, or you have something very unpleasant happen to you.
You'll be fine. I know you will. You may feel one thing, but you must say another.
Yep, that's pretty much how the game of politics is played.
Good luck.
Well, this is going to suck.
You can do this.
Oh boy. So yes, this has to be before... Yes, this is prior to the Purple Wedding, 'cause Tyrion's still around. Well, this isn't ominous at all.
Ah, Lady Marjorie. Aren't you looking lovely this evening?
Lord Tyrion. Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Your Grace.
The Queen is
Girl knows her
pleased.
courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
House Forrester's loyalty to the crown never wavers, Your Grace.
I see. And yet... For centuries, the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark. A house of traitors.
No, a house of good, noble men.
They were the wardens of the north. We all served at the pleasure of the king.
Clever girl.
Too clever for her own good.
The girl did say their loyalty was unwavering.
She has a talent for equivocation, yet I question what she really thinks. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
He is the warden of the north, Your Grace.
He is. And I the Queen Regent and Tyrion the Master of Coin.
Yes.
The
And
girl has a remarkable talent for answering questions while in fact saying nothing at all.
I think Tyrion likes her.
Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances.
Yeah, there's
There
no
are
way that
ships
war
and
is
shields
over.
to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
To our mutual benefit, Your Grace.
And at the pleasure of your king. It would be a shame to see it fall into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you?
Yeah, boy.
Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
There are limits, Your Grace.
Perhaps, but not if your house faces potential ruin.
What would you have the girl do, Cersei?
I'm sorry, I'm from
It's
the
not
classic
as if she
school
fought
of if you
beside
have to
the
do
Starks,
something
wielding a
that
battle
bad to
for the
keep it,
Northern
it's not
Army.
worth saving.
It raises an interesting question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms.
Yep, because Marjorie's
Can we
just as
fault
power
her
hungry as
for her
Cersei.
mistake? Should she be held accountable?
I mean, Marjorie's basically Cersei, but 20 years younger.
I won't judge her, Your Grace. I wasn't there. I didn't face her decisions.
Aren't you a delightful girl? If only one could flit through life without ever holding an opinion of their own.
If there's a point to this, I hope you find it
At this
quickly.
point, I'd be tempted to make the girl a professional
Loyalty
diplomat.
can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not.
She's not being
Who
subtle,
knows
is
what
she?
lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she
Let the
would...
girl answer the question. Go on.
My loyalties would never conflict, Your Grace.
That's a coward's answer. I will not have my time wasted by a northern girl who thinks she can play games. Who do you choose?
Let's face it, Joffrey's a psycho git.
I must choose Marjorie, Your Grace.
Clearly your handmaiden does not have her priorities straight.
Oh, she does.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
I'm not quite sure what to make of her. Not surprising, I suppose, for a northern girl, but not very encouraging either. I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
'Cause I'm sorry, you can play the game of politics as much as you like, but...
I'll walk you out. This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
You were brave to declare your loyalty to Lady Marjorie. No doubt she was pleased, but Cersei, she will not soon forget what you said.
Eh.
It was quite the first impression.
I wasn't trying to please her.
I think that was clear to everyone. My sister and I have our differences.
You think?
She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the crown in this regard, not her.
You can help my family.
I suppose the crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei.
Which means he's going to
what
do
would be
it.
amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that?
yes, I am.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
Thank you for the advice, Lord Tyrion.
Just be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Very true. Sorry, I feel like I'm not saying very much, but let's face it, this is a very grim
Mira,
adaptation of a very grim book.
How was it?
Or book
Cersei
series,
has a
I
way
should
of
say.
looking at you as though you're nothing. It's more than a little intimidating.
It didn't go very well.
I'm sorry. Cersei is known for being rather difficult.
If I didn't
But
know
at
better, I'd
least it's
swear she
over
was
now.
trying to trap her.
Lady Marjorie has spent the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding.
Oh,
Of
Lord.
course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah!
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper.
Yeah, of course, he's not dead yet, is he?
I'm told he has a paramour, which I doubt is Dornish for wife,
He is quite handsome.
and quite passionate, from what I've heard.
Yeah, he is.
Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although, marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like.
A very bad idea in this
Would you
kingdom.
marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen?
No.
He does
And
have a certain
hell no.
look about him. And he's always treated Lady Marjorie well.
I'd be willing to marry, but not Joffrey.
Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as Queen of the 7 Kingdoms. I might even allow you to be my handmaiden. Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match! Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing? Well,
We're sorry, my lady. We were just having fun.
this is not a game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was rather disappointed by your display, Mira. I'm just glad it's over. King's Landing can be exhausting sometimes. There's always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
You
Once they
think?
know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
Once you are queen, the lords and ladies will do their best to please you.
You learn very quickly.
Soothing her
words to Cersei
ego is a
were
great
brave,
way to...
But I know you must fear what the Boltons might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important.
Well, we've already discussed it with Tyrion, so... Tell you what, I'll pause it and I'll have a think about it, and I will say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next part.